Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, and this is the craziest thing I've seen lately, by far. Alright, so a friend of mine showed me this. I thought they were yanking my chain, thought it was some kind of hilarious Reddit fake, because Photoshop is a thing. Nope, this is real, and how the hell have I not heard about these? Like, these were known about since I think around September 2017, okay? That's when they announced this brand new Magic the Gathering product. Now, maybe I've been watching a little bit too much Max Mofo Pokemon, which, I mean, is that even such a thing? Can you really have too much? But when I saw this photo, I said, what the fuck are those? That would sound a lot different in an area mic than a vocal mic. I just realized that. There's just no replicating Max. Everybody, like, nonstop bombarded him to do a collab with me, for real. Like, if I could do YouTube full-time, he would literally be me. I would be him. That would be me right there in those videos. Like, I'd buy a house and destroy my door just for the meme. Anyway, back to what people actually give a crap about. What are those? Well, if you can't top of the artwork, they are tokens, I guess. I mean, that's what they're calling them. I don't know why you would ever need a Tarmogoyf token. I mean, you could clone anything, but, like, Mirage Mirror stops being that. I mean, I guess... I think there's one that makes it an artifact in a clone. I don't know. It seems a little bit weird, their choice of, quote, tokens. Okay, so I mean, angel token, yes, that's a token. It even says flying because it's a flying angel token. Beast token, yeah, cat token. What the hell is a Gideon token? That's an emblem is what that is. Does that version of Gideon actually have an emblem? And then right next to it, okay, goblin, insect, nickel bolus. What? Why though? Why though? Shut up and calm down. I'll tell you why. Jeez. This is day one of withdrawal from my allergy meds, okay? There's nowhere to go but down from here. I've been here. It's not a place I want to be, and it's gonna show. I'm switching from one to the other. Again, it's a long story as to why, and it's a whole thing, and don't do drugs, kids. The withdrawal is not worth it. I'm already feeling it today, and I know tomorrow is going to be an absolute living hell. I'm not going into work tomorrow. Let's put it that way. So get ready for the weirdest video you've ever seen in your entire life, probably tomorrow, or the weirdest live stream. I'm freezing cold and sweating, and I want to eat my entire fridge. Though, not even just the food in it, the fridge. I want to eat the fridge. I just drank an entire 12er of Diet 7-Up Cherry. It's actually like the whole flushing it out thing, it's making it worse. But by the way, Diet 7-Up is ethnic white people medicine. It's a cultural thing. Oh, to get back to these, what the fuck are those? Well, they're tokens in case I didn't mention that. I am really fucking itchy right now. Anyway, you know how loot boxes invaded the real world and now all the kids these days, I do mean literally kid, not just like, oh, 17-year-olds are kids to me because I'm old. I mean like 11-year-olds. They go to Toys R Us, oh, not anymore, they went bankrupt. And then they go to Walgreens and then they're just like, oh, cool, blind pigs, what am I going to get? Ooh, loot box, I like gambling and surprises. I want to collect them all, but with like mathematically I have to buy more then. That industry caught so much shit that usually they put like an individual model number on the back so you can look it up and do it if you don't want it to be what they call, quote, a blind bag. Well, you know, all those 11-year-olds playing Magic, boom, blind token packs. And you know why this product's not going to suck necessarily? It's not made by wizards. Well, I mean, wizards of the it might be made by wizards, like people who think they're wizards. I'm about 2 hours away from probably thinking I'm a fucking wizard because this is really hitting hard right now. I really hope I have more 7-Up. So I've seen these, not in person though, because Ultra Pro didn't send me any because I'm sure Wizards relayed to them that I'm on their blacklist, but they sent these to like 2 people or something. And they're like people who have no subscribers, no following whatsoever. I don't understand this. Not that I'd give them my address anyway, so how much could I possibly complain? A lot because I want these. But they're coming out for orders sometime soon. Let me see if I have a date on this. Hold on. What the hell did I just say? I can pause the damn recording as long as I want to. I just got up and made a sandwich. That's not true. I didn't do that, but I could have. Okay, so according to my distributor, the release date is whenever the fuck they feel like it. And the description is, ooh, they spelled that wrong. They called them blink packs. That's what lets you teleport as an upgrade in most RTS games. Anyway, blind packs of 3 tokens, so you get 3 in every pack. And they come in a box of 24 like this. It says relics have dual dials to track token power and toughness or other game mechanics like loyalty, energy, poison, etc. There are 15 collectible tokens, so 15 different unique ones as seen here. There are 12 creatures, 2 planeswalkers, and 1 Tarmogoyf. That's right, Ultra Pro thinks that Tarmogoyf is not a creature. And it says, let's see, in this particular set, that's what there are. So there's 14 of them, which is weird because I thought it said 15 somewhere. And each pack will contain 3 random ones. Now get this, okay? Premium foil versions will be randomly inserted into packs, so you can still pull a foil. And there's 24 packs per display. Okay, now think about, before I say it, what would you think that they would put it at retail per pack? Because I mean, you get 3, they're like solid plastic, look like they're about 2 millimeters thick. They're, from what I've heard, virtually indestructible. I mean, within reason. I'd say they're probably close to like a full synthetic non-ceramic coaster material, like where you'd have to really try to snap it. I mean, it might be like a PVC or like a super compressed nylon or something like that. And like they said, the 2 dials, you can spin them to say anything. It could be power and toughness, which, I mean, you could set the Tarmogoyf one on top of your Tarmogoyf. Like, that's kind of cool. And then just say, oh, this is his current power and toughness. But then you'd have to remember to change it. I mean, you're either on X-Mage or you're not, where it tracks it for you. I mean, program it with, what's the programming term? JIT, just in time? As needed, when requested. What's the magic term for that? When it's necessary to interact with the state-based action or a calculation or something like that. But anyway, you could just say, okay, it's beast tokens or saprolings, whatever, even though they're not in this one. And here's how many I have. Just, okay, it's 0, 3. I have 3, cats or whatever. I'm on cats. Or you could say, oh, there's a passive boost. I have a bunch of cats. Here's a die on top of this. That's how many I have. And then this is how many counters are on them. Or the other way around, you could say, oh, this is how many counters are on them. And then on the little dials on the bottom, I put 30 because I have 30 cats. I guess for the Gideon one, it's supposed to be like loyalty or something. They're just kind of throwing everything out there to see what sticks, I guess, to see which ones are most popular. I could see somebody dropping a couple bucks on the Tarmogoyf one, but it's like, it's so completely unnecessary. And I mean, this is such a shady way of playing, but I don't know if you guys noticed that every pro that I've ever seen does this. Basically, the less information you give your opponent until it's requested, the better. You are not like required to put like 5, 6 in dice represented on the card. It is up to your opponent to either ask or visibly see your graveyard and say, okay, that's how big Tarmogoyf is. So if they make a mistake visually or mathematically, then that's on them, and you want to open them up to doing that, I guess. I mean, that's kind of dickish, but it's also kind of their fault. And if they're confused, don't make an assumption, ask the person or calculate it yourself or whatever. So, I mean, I do like that they put the twirly numbers on them. That's kind of cool, but I don't know. I mean, it's got some use, and I know that the life counters that look like that, I think they're in like way old school fat packs or something like that. Maybe pre-release packs, I don't remember. They were pretty valuable. I mean, they're pretty sought after. They're pretty useful. People like them. You can't easily accidentally change them. The thing could go flying off the table as long as you didn't nick the 2 little gear thingies that spin. It's still the same value. And honestly, you could just use these as a decorative life counter because they go up to 99. So, I mean, they have multiple uses. So they're calling them relic tokens. The Eternal Collection is the first run of them. And they are multi-purpose. They do everything everybody could ever want, and they look cool. They're the original artwork, and I don't know. I mean, it's so simplistic, but it's so smart. So that's their intended use. That's how you have to buy them. You're going to get them randomly. You might not get one that's relevant to that you want, but doesn't really matter what the artwork is if you just wanted a life counter, and then you get 3 of them in the pack anyway. So if they're like dye sublimation printed or something equivalent to that, not like screen printed or some kind of laminate, like the artwork would be virtually indestructible. You just carry these around in your pocket, probably not with like your keys, but just, I don't think friction would rub the ink off or acetone or alcohol. I would hope not. So all things considered with the usefulness, the intended abilities, what they do, what they can do, what they can't do, what you would personally use them for, what would you pay for a blind pack of 3 of these? The MSRP suggested, manufacturer suggested retail price from Ultra Pro is $4.99 a pack. So some of you are probably like, yeah, that's about what I was thinking. And some of you are like, I don't know. And some of you are like, well, that's cheap. I mean, because I could see all 3. I mean, those little, like the plastic or the metal abacus life counters, those things they're 10 plus, aren't they? I mean, I think my cost on that is close to 10. I think the MSRP is like 20. And then you got the double life die things that spin together, go 0 to 99. Those ain't cheap either. What's the problem is tokens are cheap. You could just buy a stack of 25 tokens, don't sleeve them, who cares? If they get too nicked up, replace them. They're virtually worthless and you can get them from anybody. But these look cooler and they're more functional because dice go flying, you know what I mean? And they're very visible. You can tap them and you would know that they're tapped. They're directional. And you could just use them as life counters. So if you spent $4.99 and bought 3 of these, and now these are your 3 life counters, drop them into 4 or 3 deck boxes. I mean, that's a pretty good value. I mean, but then again, if you wanted a full collection, just think about that. I mean, that's at that MSRP, well, you divide by 3, they're effectively $1.66 a piece. So theoretically, a full set would be $40. But if you were to buy an entire display of 24 of these blind packs, $119.76. I mean, holy crap. And that's the problem here. You better hope that a lot of people are interested in these and they catch on really quick and collectors want them and people are accepting that $4.99 price point. I would have thought, I mean, they would fly at $3.99. I think $4.99's maybe pushing it a little bit, but they are really nice. I mean, I'd like to get my hands on them, but I saw some other people handling some, like original, or like, what do you call it? Prototype, pre-release runs, whatever. Some early access ones. I don't know what to call it. But they look pretty good. So I don't know. I could see this totally bombing. I could see it doing really well. The problem with that is my cost at the vendor is about $74 for a box of these. And you got to buy them 24 at a time. Well, 1 box of 24 with 3 each. Also, if I buy this box of whatever Iconic Masters and it's crap, I could liquidate the singles of the box online, right? Yeah, and this box probably weighs a bit. I mean, it's not paper goods, but it's not light either, so I guess that'll be yet to be determined. But selling these individually is going to be a catastrophe. So at that margin and everything with what I'd pay, it would be just a couple pennies over $1. So we'll just say $1 a piece my cost for these, and they cannot be sent in like postal mail, like letter mail. It would have to be in America first class. We'll say at least 1 ounce, maybe 2. I mean, up to 3, it's about the same. So you're looking at bare minimum a poly or bubble mailer, which is going to be like bare minimum 7 cents a piece. I mean, that's like turbo bulk. Well, then you got to put like a label on it. You need a label printer, either a zebra or, a cut one with a sleeve and a packing slip, whatever. And, then staff time, all this, all the expenses. eBay takes like 11% between them and PayPal. And then the postage is where it kills you, okay? $2.66, I believe it's currently at, to send a 1 ounce package down the street. Now, coincidentally, it's the same to like Alaska, but first class is expensive for even 1 ounce, and it's been going up. It used to be like, I think $2.41 like 2 years ago, and it just flew through the roof. So that plus a little bit of bubble wrap, I mean, you're looking at, all things considered, about $3 to send this out. So that means if I sold them for $4, I would break even. So I'd have to sell them above $4 each, when they're $4.99 for 3 of them. So I'd almost have to sell them in sets of 4 for, let's see, if my cost was $1, $1, and then I got to ship it, it'd be like 3, bare minimum 7, and then after fees and shit, it would have to be like 8. It's bad. This is going to be very hard to, quote, sell as singles, which is the single sellers are what you always talk about with Magic products. Speaking of that, I would much rather have collectible figurines, like not pop vinyls, but not necessarily like 1-inch, D&D size, maybe like 2-inch, just to put on the shelf and be like, cool, I got the Gatewatch. Awesome. That would be a cool collectible. And remember, Pokemon does that in their packs. What do they call it? The Mega packs or the EX packs or whatever. They got a little figurine in there usually. And those things actually, because they're so hard to ship and stuff, people in ultra light, like half-ounce boxes are still selling them for like $7-8 online. People are willing to pay because they're like, $6-7-8, whatever. That's like, a meal at Burger King or whatever. Like if you really like that Zapdos, whatever, that it's not $30, and people will spend $30 on a collectible sometimes. So yeah, that compared to like the fact that you can get those EX boxes for like $11 at the vendor, whatever, it's just, people are willing to pay what people are willing to pay. So if these take off, they could be worth a fortune. Also, let me just add that this first set is, oh God, this is so hilarious. It's limited edition, single run. They're only going to run it off once, you guys, unless it takes off and everybody wants them. Okay, they didn't add that, I did, but come on, this is Ultra Pro. I mean, you really think they wouldn't do that? But then again, that is like a statement of guarantee right there. So, they want to get a class action lawsuit? I don't think so. They would just make more different ones with different artwork. So what they mean by limited edition single run is we don't know if these would be popular at all, so we're limiting our exposure to losing money. Like, that's real shit for you right there. That's like that. That's what they really mean. Also, it's, oh, scarcity, scarcity. Ooh, this is the first edition of the Final Fantasy card game. Oh, Dragon Ball Super, this is the first run, you guys. Remember Magic's first run? Remember Pokemon's first run? Remember them Pokemon? Remember them? Guys, this is the first edition. This might be the most popular product ever, which, I mean, this is going to be somewhere between, like, accepted and kind of excited about. I don't think people are going to be like, you know, the new Beanie Babies over these. I think they'll get a couple editions out. It'll be kind of gimmicky, and then the people who want them will buy them, and that's it. I don't think anybody will, like, want a full collection. Unless they did very particular stuff, kind of like a From the Vault, like, oh, here's an All Angel set, which is probably where they would go with this. But the fact that they're calling them relic tokens, and they're meant to be used as tokens, but not all of them because some aren't tokens, that's just confusing and odd, and they might have to kind of fork it into two different products. And then you got the foils added in. It's like, okay, come on. As if everybody doesn't do premium, rare, ooh, gamble, whatever. And I just don't like blind bags at all because I want what I want. And then if I want what I want, I can't just go online and get it for a reasonable price because it costs $3 to ship the damn thing. So this kind of has like disaster written all over it, but I also really kind of want some of these. So I'm on the fence. So what do you guys think? I think I'm still itchy as fuck and it's driving me crazy. But what do you think about the tokens? Like, ignore the fact that I got like fucking meth bugs crawling under my skin. What do you think of the goddamn tokens? Just tell me. Tell me already. What are you waiting for? Is that a good price? Would you pay it? Are you going to buy it? Let me know. I'm probably going to get one box if they would ever tell me when these are coming out. All they said was the first part of 2018. Bitch, it's the first part now. Are they out yet? Give me a release date. And fuck you for not sending me any Ultra Pro. I hope BCW comes out the same thing and it outsells you. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on this very strange out of nowhere product. And I'll see you guys next video.